Welcome to Lesson 10 of How to Understand 85% of the Quran series. If you're here for the first time, in this series we list the most frequently used verbs in the Quran based on the 10 measures of Arabic verbs. So far, we have discussed the verbs belonging to measures 2 until 9, and we are still working on the final measure, which is measure number 1. And in case you've missed any of the previous lessons, then you can check out the link in the description for the playlist for all the previous lessons. Last lesson, we started talking about variation number 2 from verb form number 1. Specifically, the variations with the patterns فعل, يفعل, افعل, فعل, and فعول. And these forms, as we know by now, remain the same for the entire verb form number 1. And as we can see here, there are 2 patterns for the gerund for the second variation. And in today's lesson, we will continue working on variation number 2, but with 2 new gerund patterns. So the first set of verbs that we will discuss today will have the gerund pattern of fi'l with a kasra under the fa, while everything will remain the same. So let's get started with the first verb that belongs to this category. And the first verb is ذكر, which means to remember. And we see it used in this example. واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم وميثاقه الذي واثقكم به. Next verb is رزق, which means to provide, like in this example. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. Next is صدق, and it means to say the truth. We see it used in this example. قل صدق الله فاتبعوا ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين. The next verb is فسق, and it means to transgress, like in this example. كذلك حقت كلمة ربك على الذين فسقوا أنهم لا يؤمنون. So these verbs belong to variation number 2, but they have the pattern fi'l for the gerund form, as we pointed out before. The coming set of verbs will also belong to the same variation, but the pattern for the gerund will be fu'l, by adding dhamma on top of the fa, and the ayn will still have the sukun. And the first verb of this list is hakama, and it means to judge or to rule, like in this example. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْفَاسِقُونَ. The next verb is شَكَرَ, and it means to be grateful. And we see it used in this example. ثم عفونا عنكم من بعد ذلك لعلكم تشكرون. Next is كفر, and it means to disbelieve, like in this example. وَلَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ آيَاتٍ بَيِّنَاتٍ وَمَا يَكْفُرُ بِهَا إِلَّا الْفَاسِقُونَ. And finally, these two verbs will have the pattern فِعَالَ for the gerund. The first verb is عَبَدَ, and it means to worship, like in this example. ذَلِكُمُ اللَّهُ رَبُّكُمْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ خَالِقُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ فَاعْبُدُوهُ. The next verb is كَتَبَ, and it means to decree or assign, like in this example. يا قوم ادخلوا الأرض المقدسة التي كتب الله لكم ولا ترتدوا على أدباركم فتنقلبوا خاسرين. And finally is the verb نظر, which means to look or to wait. And the gerund of this verb is also نظر. So it does not have a specific pattern for its gerund form. And we see it used with both of these meanings in the following examples. انظر كيف يفترون على الله الكذب وكفى به إثما مبينا. Next example. هل ينظرون إلا أن يأتيهم الله في ظلل من الغمام والملائكة وقضي الأمر. So now with this verb, we have completely finished the second variation of the first verb form. So now we have the complete picture of all the patterns of the second variation. And remember to give yourself the time to practice by reciting the Quran and pondering over the meaning after having learned a set of verbs. Otherwise, it might get overwhelming and even confusing. And finally, and as per usual, you will find the list of today's lesson available in the description, as well as the printable version for those who want to print the lesson out. You will also find the link of the Memorize page, which offers extra exercises to test yourself in this list and memorize all the previous lists more effectively. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned something new today. If you did, please like and share the video for other people to learn from it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.